Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Sorry. I have this like lingering cold. Well, it's not the cold anymore. It's just like congestion that is just it has been wild. So, welcome. Am I awake? Um just barely. It's Friday, so I like to stay in bed and wear my robe. Feel better. Well, thank you. So hello, welcome everybody. I am Laura Anderson, also known as Digital Laura Anderson. I am the founder of the 10-hour 10K work month. I am an expert in AI. I'm the host of 7 Day Weekend podcast. And yeah, we can talk anything anti-workaholic, anything media buying. That is what I do. I have clients, I run their meta ads, their TikTok ads, and I do their email marketing. It is what pays me $80,000 to $120,000 every single month. I'm a college dropout. So here to answer any and all questions that you guys might have. Do I recommend paying for Connects on Upwork? If you have the money, absolutely. How did I learn all I know about AI? From using it, researching it, and using it, honestly. The more you use it, the more you realize how much you can leverage it for. It's just like using the computer or the internet. Now you go to use it for literally everything, and that's what I do with AI. How do you find this many clients to make that much money? It's quality over quantity. So I have clients for meta ads that pay me $10,000 to $12,000 per month, and I have those same clients on retainer for about $20,000 because they have all three services with me, which are meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. So even though I outsource all of the work, I still don't have to have a crazy amount of clients to hit those numbers. So yeah, and I typically find them. I usually would get all of my clients from Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, and I still get my clients from that places. But the higher paying clients I get from referrals. So after I have a client on for 90 days, I send them a letter or an email. It's like a script that I give out in my training. Basically saying like, look where you started, look where you are now. I've crushed it for you. If you want to be on everyone's like good graces come Christmas time, you need to recommend me to whoever you think I would be relevant for because I'm going to crush it for them just like I did for you, and you're going to become everyone's new favorite person. That email performs very, very well. I also, which took me from $30,000 months to $100,000 months, now I do cold AI outreach. So I have essentially cloned myself. I created my own GPT, which anybody can do with ChatGPT Premium. I trained it on me, my business model, all of my services, my pricings. I fed it all my emails so it knows exactly how I talk. But it's also an expert closer and an expert negotiator. And so it fully automated goes out and cold emails, pitching my services with the end goal of booking them on a 30-minute call with me. And then by that point, they're usually pretty on board and the deal is sealed. And that used to take up a lot of my time. Like, obviously, pitching clients is the most tedious task, and the hardest part of this is getting clients. And so now that part has been like fully automated. Very cool. Do they know that you outsource? And if so, do they care? This is a good question. I get it a lot, mainly because I use the word outsource. And I think for some people, they just assume like it's like a gray area and it's dark and scary and that like I'm doing something that my clients don't know about. I'm on the internet pretty much shouting it from the top of my platform here with a lot of followers. So I'm obviously not doing anything shady. My clients know that I work with a team and the whole team contributes to their success. It's in our contracts. They communicate with them. It's all gravy. You tried to get in touch for advertising your business. You didn't hear anything back. How did you try to reach out to me? You can always shoot me an email. My email is linked in my profile here. If you're a business that's currently spending at least $10,000 every single month on either Meta or TikTok and you're looking to scale profitably, I'm more than happy to take a look under the hood and point you in the right direction and potentially work together. You'd love to do this, but do integrated marketing and not TikTok ads. Wonder if it would still be successful. What do you mean by integrated marketing? I'm not familiar. And I can maybe... I mean, any of these things. This is kind of what I promote is trades, like learning a trade, offering it to a client, and then getting other people on board to help you so that you work minimal. It's, the 4-hour work week formula, except now we have things like AI, so I call it the 10-hour 10K work month, where you can make 10K plus per month, but only work 10 hours a month, because we have now, not only can we outsource the work to other people, pay other people to do the work, we can also streamline and automate using AI. And so you can do that with any digital trade, right? So SEO, graphic design, website development, UX, bookkeeping, literally any of those things. Obviously, I like to stay in the paid space. So Meta ads, TikTok ads, email marketing, the media buying space, because it pays the most, right? So it's like, if I'm going to offer a skill, learn a skill, might as well offer one of the ones that pays the best. You're really happy you made your last TikTok about the vendor side of TikTok shop you want to start. I do have a training in my profile if you're looking for the exact, like, step-by-step from beginner all the way to setting up and making money, if you're interested. It is included in my 10-hour 10K work month course as well. So if you want to learn everything that it is that I do to make money, the 10-hour 10K work month is going to be your best fit, whereas TikTok shop training is great too, but that's all it is. It's like, if you strictly want to learn TikTok shop training from front to back and everything that you need to know, it'll be in TikTok shop training. So you do brand partnership decks for advertising agencies for an array of clients. So definitely, if you can pay other people to do it, that also sounds like you could easily have AI help with that significantly. Like pitch decks, like, I'm sure you're familiar with Gamma, but I use Gamma now for all of my pitch decks, and I basically just, like, I give it my previous pitch decks and then give it the information for the new client, and then it'll create it for me based on, like, a previous client's pitch deck, and just does the whole thing for me. And it comes up with the images, the graphics, like everything. It's insane. It's crazy. So you could even pay somebody to just do that for you. I find freelancers on Fiverr. Hi, setting up TikTok shop now. Well, congrats, how exciting. What is to stop you from listing 1,000 products? Is there a limit? There's not a limit. You could absolutely list 1,000 products. I wouldn't suggest listing that many. Definitely a handful is totally fine. It's just that will just become a big mess. That's just too many products at once. It's especially like just starting out. But you can absolutely test multiple products, and the beauty about it is you're drop shipping, so you don't even have to purchase that inventory. It eliminates the risk of, hey, I think this is a really good product, I'm going to buy a bunch and then sell it, and then you try that and nobody buys, and you're like, oh my god, what do I do with all this inventory? Drop shipping eliminates that. You don't have to purchase any inventory. You just digitally promote the product. Somebody purchases it from you, you purchase it from the supplier ships it directly to the customer. So no capital, no inventory purchased, nothing. Again, you could have 1,000 products if you wanted to. There's nothing stopping you. But it would just, and you can't, like, if you want affiliates to promote it, you have to send that product to an affiliate. And if you have 1,000 products, like, how are you going to manage all of that? How many e-commerces have over 1,000 products, but then they have, like, a whole team running them, Start with a handful. Test it out. It takes one product to sell 10, 20 million, in sales. So you don't need a bunch of different products to make that crazy number of sales. How do I know who to pitch to? How do I find my leads and contacts from? Great question. I'm live at 2 places at once. So if you see me looking somewhere and answering a question and you're like, what's happening? I'm on live here on TikTok. So hello, TikTok. And I'm live here on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. We're all about working smarter, not harder. So I'm live at 2 places at once. I do my best to answer every single question. So how do you know who to pitch to? Where do you find your leads or contacts from? So I do teach the full, like, how to book clients, because that is obviously the hardest part. Hardest part, hands down, bar none, out of any of this, is, okay, now I've learned the skill, I'm an expert in it, but how do I get people to pay me money? Like, how do I make money? So I find my clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed. in my 10-hour 10K work month, I give you every single resource you need to make that happen. So cover letter template, proposal template, contract template, scope of service templates, pricing packaging templates. It's like a turnkey business, and it's not like the run-of-the-mill templates, right? These are things that took me over 10 years to perfect and get to where they are now, and the templates that I use to close $10,000 to $12,000 a month clients. I also get clients from referrals. So once I have a client on board for 90 days, I send them a script. It's included in my training. That basically says like, hey, look where you started, look where you are now. If you want to become everybody's favorite person come Christmas time and get the best Christmas gift, refer me and refer my services, because if I can do what I did for you, for them, like, you're going to become their new best friend. And that script, it's obviously a little better sounding, but you get the gist. And that referral letter gets me my highest clients. But then I also get clients from AI outreach. I scrape the internet for emails for decision makers. So for example, and these are emails that are publicly listed. So when I say scrape the internet, I know people think I'm like getting emails that people use to sign up for something and don't list their email publicly. That's not the case at all. This is like someone's public LinkedIn profile that lists their email in their profile, right? But you use Boolean searches on Google that will pull up any publicly listed email in whatever category you want. So say I want to pull up every email that's publicly listed on LinkedIn for somebody whose job title is director of marketing, right? That's who I want to reach out to. Or, you could even reach out to the CEO or whatever. And so you'll search that and it'll populate every single email that's listed publicly. And then you use a tool like Data Scraper or Chrome extension, and it'll extract all of those emails for you, put them into a list. And then anytime I have a new lead added to that list, it triggers the AI automation. So I have ChatGPT that, like, I created my own GPT that's fully cloned on me and my business. So it knows everything that I offer, all of the services, the pricing, packaging, all of my previous case studies. I've fed it my email so it knows specifically how I talk, the language that I speak in. But it's also trained to be an expert negotiator and an expert closer. So once a new lead is added to that, my custom GPT will automatically write up an email with a subject line that's unique, that sounds just like me, pitching my services to these emails. The email automatically goes out. It'll have back and forth email conversation, completely hands off. I don't even see it happening, with the ultimate goal of booking a call with me. So that's how I book all of my clients, and all of that is in my 10-hour 10K work month training. So great question, and thank you for asking. This is why I come live, is to be here and answer your questions. So I really appreciate you guys participating and asking. Do I outsource to agencies or individual talents? Individual talents. I'm not the biggest fan of agencies. Not that there's ever anything necessarily wrong with them. The majority of my clients are with me because they've been burned by agencies. Because agencies can, and I've worked at agencies before, and they just operate at a level where it's more controlling and generating the machine rather than paying individual attention to a client, where they'll put every client in the same strategy and structure, and especially with marketing, right? In general, in a sense, not even just with meta ads, but overall marketing. It's very commonly known that what works for one client won't necessarily work for another client, even if it's the same exact, like, brand or product. Like, it just doesn't happen. So you have to have unique strategies, unique testing for each individual client, and that's why I like working away from the agency side. Another great question. Thank you. I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can because I am live at 2 places at once, so I'm doing my best. I'm not ignoring any questions. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. You think I mentioned this? Do I have a step-by-step course? You're interested, you're 18, and you want to learn. Well, the earlier you learn, the better. I do have a step-by-step course. It's in my profile. I have the 10-hour 10K work month, which includes everything it is that I do to make money. And it takes you, it's a boot camp, so it takes you from beginner all the way to expert level. When you finish taking the course, you're a certified expert in meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. And I do offer that training half off only while I'm live. So if you're interested in it or you've been interested in it, like, when I'm live is the time to buy, because it's half off. It's typically $4,000, just under $4,000, and while I'm live, it's around just under $2,000. And that offer extends for about 20 minutes after my live, so it makes sense. if someone is just starting out with my course, where do I recommend starting first in terms of complexity level? Upfront time to get going, timeline, or generate income? So this is going to be like total personal preference thing, because I have students who get in the course, they don't even finish it and they're already booking clients. Some people, like to finish everything, take time to lay it all out, plan, and do a more structured thing before they start. And some people are like, man, I feel good. I've like learned a bunch. I'm going to go out there and hit the ground running, right? So it's a total like personal preference thing. But I personally would recommend going through the course. It's about 15 hours long. They're self-paced video modules, so you can take your time, you can take notes, you can always go back and look up things. I'm always adding updates to it because you have lifetime access, so you are entitled to any updates that come with it, complimentary. But I would recommend going through it, so 15 hours, so however long that takes you if you want to rewatch a couple videos, because it is very technical, right? But it's from a beginner point all the way to expert. So while it's technical, like consider it a full-on boot camp where, you go in not knowing anything, but it's going to make you an expert by the end of it. And it's not just in the skills, right? I teach you everything. So how to book the clients, how to position yourself as an expert, how to outsource all of the work, what everything looks like. I mean, there's even mock interviews with clients, so you know the types of questions that they'll ask and how to answer them. Like everything is in there. And so it does get to a complex level, but starts at a beginner. I have some students who book clients, before they finish, a week out, 2 weeks out. I have one student who he says he purchased it in June. He's been posting because it comes with the Facebook mentorship group, which is students only. He said he purchased the course in June, and he's one of those that just started booking clients like halfway through the course, and he's like, I'll fine tune it as I go, like learn as I go and get out there. He said that he reached out to like 26 leads and he's closed 6 of them. And his services, he said he's listing them at $5,000 a month and he's closed 6. And he bought the course in June. I'm gonna ask him if he could do a video testimonial for me, because I think it would be great. I do have a bunch of testimonials if you go into my my enrollment page for the course. Which is in my profile, but I mean, that one is just, I do have one student, she's 22, and she's had the course for 4 months, maybe 5 months now, because this was like maybe a month ago when she told me, but she's had it for 4 months, and she's hitting 80K a month, like she reached 80K a month, and like, those are my numbers, and it took me 10 years to hit 80K to 120K a month, and it took her 4 months, and that's just because she didn't have to like me, I was scrappy. I had to learn how to do it myself, and it took me, 10 years to get to that point. A lot of trial and error, and that's what happens when you work with somebody who's done it and is doing it, a mentor. You skip all of that bullshit and you go straight to like what works. What is the Chrome extension that you use to attach Shopify with TikTok Shop? So to attach Shopify with TikTok Shop, in Shopify, you go to apps and you just search TikTok. It's the only one in there, TikTok Shop. And it'll sync, it's like TikTok Shop's app in Shopify. Agreed about agency, standard template strategy. Yep. Does my course cover the scripts I use once you get to speak directly with the client, or do you outsource the call too? I don't outsource the call, and I do have a mock interview with clients, so you know what kind of questions they're going to expect to ask and the things that you say. So yeah. What is a good price point to charge clients when first starting out? Another great question. And it's a tough one to answer. I do give a pricing package strategy in the training, but the thing is like somebody like me, I charge, $10,000, $12,000 a month for a service that an agency will offer the same thing, easily charge $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month for that service. There are people on Fiverr who do the same thing as me that charge $1,000 a month, right? So it really depends on how you position yourself, your level of expertise, and if you really have no idea, like you're just like a shot in the dark, a good rule of thumb you can do is look up what is the average salary for a media buyer in whatever area you're in. So average salary of a media buyer in South Florida, say it's like $60,000 a year. You can take that number, you can divide it by 12, and that can be your monthly retainer. How much is the course? The course is the 10-hour, I offer 2 courses. So the 10-hour 10K work month is typically $4,000, just under, so $3,997. But while I'm live, I offer it at half price because I like to reward those of you guys who actually come in here, participate, and take the time to, be a part of this. And I really appreciate you guys more than anything. So I offer it at half price while I'm live. That offer does extend for about 20 minutes after the live. Then I have TikTok Shop training, which is included in the 10-hour 10K work month. But some people strictly just want to do TikTok Shop training, and that training will give you everything you need. It's not like you buy TikTok Shop training, and then at the end of the training, I'm like, to learn more for TikTok Shop training, you have to buy the 10-hour 10K work month. No, they're 2 totally separate things. And while it's included in the 10-hour 10K work month, because that's the course where if I'm making money, I share it with you, right? But again, some people just want to learn TikTok Shop. So it's separate, and that is $1,000, and that price is standard. I don't offer any type of incentive on that. Do we have to pay for advertising even when drop shipping? So I've been drop shipping. I had my first drop shipping store over 8 years ago, right? And that was obviously well before TikTok. And there were a lot of things that I really didn't like about drop shipping that made it really difficult that now TikTok Shop eliminates, right? And so one of them was advertising, right? Because if you open up a drop ship store, it's just a random Shopify, right? And while you can have like social media channels attached to it, it's not the same as if where it's attached to it like TikTok Shop, where it's literally in the TikTok feed. So you would have to either pay influencers a lot of money to promote the product. You would have to create a ton of content, branded content on social media and pump that out. And you would have to pay for advertising to drive traffic to the store. So you'd have to do all of those things. And and that was like one of the main things that I was like, this is so much work. And then also you have to go hard with branding, right? You have to, again, make social media channels, put out a bunch of content, because you can't just have a Shopify store and people are like, oh, who is this? They don't make any sense. They don't even have an Instagram. Like, you have to go through all of that and go hard on branding, make the store look really pretty, right? And you don't have to do any of that with TikTok Shop. You have a Shopify store, but you can leave it completely empty and blank because it just houses your product. It's like Amazon, the storefronts, right? They're not nice, pretty storefronts. They're just listings of products, and that's all TikTok Shop is. So TikTok Shop eliminates those problems because not only can you create your own content on TikTok and it'll circulate and populate really, really well because TikTok is obviously pushing that content because it's their feature. Any TikTok Shop content gets pushed really hard. And you have your direct link there, and they don't even have to leave the app to purchase. Also, you work with affiliates, right? Which is way, way, way cheaper than influencers. You don't have to pay them anything up front. All you have to do is send them the product. So whatever the product costs you, you do have to pay that cost and send it to them. I sell slippers. They cost me $4. So I can send it to a bunch of influencers or affiliates. And then they get paid more, they sell. So if they don't sell anything, that's all they get is the product, right? But if they sell, they get a commission, they get a cut. And you set up the cut, what you're comfortable with. TikTok recommends 15%. And you don't have to worry about paying them out. It's automatic. TikTok will like automatically deduct that from your payout. So it's like hands off. And so I really like drop shipping is so much easier now because of TikTok Shop. And you don't have to advertise. You don't even have to make your own content if you don't want to. You just have the affiliates do all the work for you. And my thing is have the affiliates do the work, or if you don't have any money to even send products, you can create your own content. Have AI create the content for you and just put out 5 to 10 pieces of content a day. It's a lot, but it's free to do, and you can do it. Then once you start making sales and making money, then reinvest in the influencers, and then you can reinvest into ads to really, really scale. Is there certain products that women do well in? I don't really think it's a woman thing. It's what's your personal preference and what do you have experience in, right? So I have clients in the beauty and skincare space. Like, that's my niche. And that's because I am a consumer, an active consumer of beauty and skincare. And so when it comes to marketing to customers for beauty and skincare, I know angles and stuff that work because I am the consumer. So if it's going to work on me, it'll obviously work on others because that's how the cookie crumbles. Or something you have a lot of experience already in. So if you've worked at a company in a specific industry for a long time and you're very well versed on it, that would be something great to do well in. Same goes with if you're going to try to drop ship products. Like, what's something that you actually yourself would buy or something that you have experience in? Is scraping included in my course? It's included in the 10-hour 10K work month course. Yes. How do you sign up for my training? You can find it in my profile. I have, again, 2 trainings, 10-hour 10K work month, which includes everything, and then TikTok shop training, which is sold separately. But again, that is included in the 10-hour 10K work month. You can go to the enrollment pages in my profile. And it is, the 10-hour 10K work month is half off while I'm live. You're going to be using this long weekend to set up automation for your web design business. I love it. I love it. That's amazing. Congrats. Keep us posted. What are the prerequisites to take the course? What schooling or experience do you need? Thanks. That's a great question. And the beauty about it is you don't need any, right? And this isn't one of those things where I'm going to be like, all you need is your phone and you can make millions of dollars. No. This is like a real legitimate, it's a boot camp. So they're trades. I'm teaching you trades, and these trades you can't learn in school. I don't have a degree. I didn't learn them in school. Meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. And you're a certified expert after you take the course in all 3 of those. And then not only is it you learn the trades, but then I teach you how to position yourself as an expert, how to book the clients, how to outsource the work. So the whole business side of it, which is where I've seen every other course fall short, right? They're good or okay at teaching you the skill, but then it's like, now I'm SOL. What do I do? Like, how do I actually make money? And making money with your skill is the hardest part. There are plenty of very skilled and talented people who just don't make any money with it because they don't know how. And that's where I think it's really important that I focus on it and help you and give you every single resource you need to make it happen. So you don't need any prerequisite, right? There's going to be a learning curve for people learn differently and pick up things differently. So it might be a little harder for some people as it is for others. But it's a boot camp. So I take you from beginner all the way to expert level. I tell people to think of it as an alternative to school, to college, just like any other trade is. And trades are so, like, regular trades too, not just digital trades, which is obviously the new wave, but like, I know people who are in HVAC who get an apprenticeship for a year, a paid apprenticeship, right? Where they're making like $50,000 as a paid apprentice. And then for a year, then afterwards, they're making $100,000, like fresh out of high school. Like, those numbers, like when you get a degree, are like astronomically high for right after a degree. And it's just, it's like, I don't know, it's looked down upon. Like, people are like, no, I got to get my degree and get a job that's going to pay me $60,000 a year for 10 years and then pay off all the student debt, when it's like, I would much rather work on AC machines all day than sit in an office for 9 to 5, like, hands down. But I would also much rather sit here in my robe and take a couple calls and answer a bunch of emails and be done for the day and, make money. So that's why I like digital trades, because you don't have to be on location, and then you can easily outsource the work. Again, I am live at 2 places at once, so I'm doing my best to answer all of the questions. I'm not ignoring any questions. It's just there's a lot, and I do my best. So I'm live here on TikTok. Hi, TikTok. I'm live here on Instagram. Hi, Instagram. How much is the course, and what email do we contact you for the course? Great question. So you can find the course in my profile. If you click the link, it'll take you to my link tree. I have a couple options there, but the 2 trainings I offer are 10-hour 10K work month and TikTok shop training. TikTok shop training is included in the 10-hour 10K work month, but if you want TikTok shop training separately, you can have that. You can find both of those links in my profile. And if you want to shoot me an email, it is linked also in my profile. It is 10-hour 10K work month at gmail.com. How can you do TikTok shop without having a TikTok account? So this is a great question, and it's asked all the time, because to be an affiliate, right, where you're the one promoting the product and getting a commission, they did lower the threshold, but you still need 1,000 followers, right? And so many people are like, I want to do TikTok shop, but I don't have any followers. And these are 2 totally separate things here. We're not being an affiliate. We're being a vendor, right? This is like, think of it as on Amazon, where you have a storefront and you're a vendor. You don't have to be a customer of Amazon in order to open up you don't have to have ever purchased from Amazon or create a customer account on Amazon in order to open up an Amazon shop. And so that's the same thing here. You don't even need a TikTok account to open up a TikTok shop to be a vendor, right? You can absolutely link a TikTok account to it, but you don't need to. And so if you only have an account that you want to promote the product on, and you say you only have like 5 followers, if you link that account to your TikTok shop, you can promote your product. You don't need 1,000 followers, but you also don't even need one. And you have to sign up for it on your desktop, right? So many people will tell me, like, I signed up for TikTok shop. I don't see where I can sell my own products, just like promote. And it's like, you signed up for TikTok shop affiliate, and that's not the right thing. You want to sign up for TikTok shop vendor. And you can absolutely sign up for both, but if you want to be the vendor, you got to go on your desktop, type into Google TikTok shop seller central, and make an account there. That's it. You don't have to have a TikTok. They're two separate platforms, and that's why it's confusing to people. Like, how could I have a TikTok shop without a TikTok? They're two separate platforms. They're just linked. Is there a payment plan for the course? Great question. Yes. If you go to checkout, select Afterpay, and it'll give you a couple of options there. Do I have reviews? I have a lot of reviews. I actually have students of mine hop in these lives all the time and talk about their success. I have student video testimonials on my enrollment page. I have reviews in a lot of places on my website. What is the site where you see products that are trending? There's a couple. Callow's really good. It's with a K. Dang, you didn't get the notification I was live. Oh no, well, I'm glad you were able to make it. Love my nail color. Do I remember the name? It was something, thank you. I went for the 4th of July. It was something rose. Like, because it has like kind of like, it's hard to tell, like kind of like a pink hue, but it's red. So I don't remember, but it was a DN, what is it, DND color? It wasn't OPI. Thank you. Will I explain TikTok shop in a nutshell and how people are making so much money? Great question. And yes, I will. So TikTok shop in a nutshell, think of it as like Amazon with a social media account attached to it, hence TikTok shop. And the beauty about that is that people can make purchases on TikTok shop without ever having to leave the app. So you know when like you see something on somebody's TikTok or Instagram, and you're like, oh my God, I love that. Where'd you get it? And they're like, oh, check out my like to know it, or check out my Amazon storefront and my profile. You have to go to their profile. You have to click on that link. You have to leave the app. You have to search for the product that they were recommending, click on it, go to that site, and then add it to your cart and then purchase. Like, it's a big ordeal. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but every step in the customer checkout journey that it takes to get there is makes it more likely for the customer to fall off that purchase. So every additional step, it's like 10% less likely to complete the purchase, 10% less likely to complete the purchase. Whereas on TikTok shop, it's like, click this buy now button, add to cart, buy now. It saves your money, like your credit card information, done. And then you just keep on scrolling. So it's an insanely powerful, like better than Amazon, because like you don't have to leave the platform in order to complete the purchase. It's also very, very undersaturated. And like, I don't like to say that a lot because I don't really believe that saturation is a thing, because everything is saturated. But there are things that I'll look on it for Amazon, and then I'll look on TikTok shop and it's not there, because it hasn't even been around for a year yet. So it's just like, imagine being on Amazon, like in the first year, like you would make a killing because you'd be one of the only suppliers with whatever product it is that you have. And so how people are making so much money is they promote a product on there, they list a product on there, and you can drop ship, which is meaning you don't have to have any upfront money or capital, right? Because all you do in a nutshell drop shipping is you go to a supplier like AliExpress or even Amazon, you digitally import that product into your shop. You can use an app, Zappy Auto De-essers, and it will automatically bring that product into your store. It'll carry over the pictures, the description, the variants, the SKUs, all of that stuff. And then when somebody purchases the product from you, you then purchase it from the supplier, so AliExpress or Amazon, and then the supplier ships it directly to the customer, so that you don't have to have any capital, any inventory, no upfront costs. And yeah, it's like just crazy that you can set up a shop totally free, put in products, not have to pay any money, and then make sales. And that's how people are making so much money, because it doesn't cost anything to do it, right? I have a training that you have to pay for if you want to learn how to do it. You're more than welcome to do it on your own. But if you want somebody to fast track that for you and make sure you don't mess up, I do offer a paid training. But I don't know if you've seen some of the examples in my videos. I'm just now working on an example to show you guys. I don't know if you guys ever saw that shadow work journal that was like really trending on TikTok. He was selling $1 million worth of shadow work journals a month. I mean, a day. And I think he sold like something crazy. And that's in sales, not like he sold 1 million. But it's just crazy. And it's just a journal, like a physical journal that just has like prompts that you write, that help you write for the day. Like, you know, what are your aspirations for the next 3 years? And like, you know, it just prompts you to be able to write. He was selling it for $19.99, and you could buy it on AliExpress for $3. So you guys can do the math how much I'm not saying that he drop shipped from China, but you could drop ship something similar at that price and make that type of margin. He worked with affiliates. You can pay affiliates 10%. And so where the affiliates are making 10%, the vendors are making the rest of the pie. It's crazy. You have to get 1K first. No, you don't. That's to be an affiliate. If you want to be an affiliate where you promote a product with a link, you need 1,000 followers. If you want to be a TikTok vendor, like put products up and sell products, you don't even need a TikTok account, let alone any type of followers. And if you link your account, your TikTok account to your TikTok shop, you can promote your own product and you don't need to have that amount of followers because they honor the fact that it's your shop. You're allowed to promote your own product with your shop. So you can absolutely have your link, create videos, even if you have 0 followers. FB Group said it's hard to find sellers that work with the Yesers Got Tips. It can be hard. I do provide a script in my TikTok shop training to send out to suppliers on AliExpress that basically vets them and makes sure that they follow TikTok's policies, like they ship within 48 hours, they don't include the invoice in the packaging, and that the packaging looks nice, they accept free returns and free shipping. I also include a list of vendors in the training, which is well worth the price of the course just in that. Yes, so it's in the course. Yes, you can find the list. I believe there's 10 or 12 suppliers that I give you that are vetted. I tell you which one I use as well. Does the course show step-by-step how to link, connect everything so you get set up and run up ASAP? Stacy, yes, it does. I walk you through as if like I'm starting from scratch. So it'll be just like if you were starting from scratch. You can watch me do the exact step-by-step. And I give you all the insider tips because it can be tricky and you need to know what you're doing. And people are always like, what do I put for the warehouse address? Or it's not showing up when it shows up, it says like can't ship, like what's happening? And there's just so many little like intricacies that if you don't know what you're doing, like it's just going to take forever. The only thing is that some people can get up and running in like 2 hours, whereas some people, like, it's just like a randomized approval process. Some people it takes 2 weeks TikTok for just them to approve their shop. And then some people it takes 2 minutes. Like, so it's randomized. But yeah, you can absolutely get up and running in less than 24 hours selling products if they approve you right away. And it's typically not anything that you've done or haven't done. It's just it's randomized. Hello, Laura. How can non-US residents establish TikTok shops in the US? It's against their policy, so sorry. I would just wait till it's available in your country. The 10-hour 10K work month is just under $2,000 while I'm live only. It does double. The regular price of the course is just under $4,000, but while I'm live, I do offer it at half off. That offer does extend till about 20 minutes after the live so that you guys have plenty of time to go check it out after the live. There is a payment plan option. I offer Afterpay at checkout. The students that are making 80K to 100K, how much are they charging per month per client? probably anywhere in between $5,000 to $12,000 per month. Good question. You tried setting up TikTok Shop and couldn't work out how to list as the seller dispatching rather than TikTok dispatching. Yeah, their TikToks and their support's a nightmare. All of the apps are a nightmare. Google's support is a nightmare. Meta's support is a nightmare, but TikTok's probably takes the cake in shitty support. You have to open up a ticket. You can never talk to a live person. It's horrible. You gave up and poured a drink. Yeah, and that's why it's important to know what you're doing, because, I mean, I can explain it to you right now, but I do walk it through in the course because it does get confusing. And so many people are like, oh, well, I have to abide by TikTok's, like, policy where it comes to shipping. And it's like, yes, if you use TikTok shipping, but don't use TikTok shipping. You can use seller shipping. And you want to make sure you use seller shipping, and you want to make sure you fill that out properly when you use seller shipping, and you want to select economy shipping within seller shipping because that'll give you up to 11 days. So important to know what you're doing, because yeah, I mean, I've had drop shipping experience for over 8 years. So I'm very familiar with how it works. And then for as soon as TikTok Shop happened, all of the clients that I have, I'm like, let's get you on TikTok Shop. And they're like, yes, please put me on TikTok Shop. How much does that cost? I'm like, I can get you up and running on TikTok Shop for an extra $2,000, like all in. And they're like, cool, let's do it. So I was able to set up all of my clients on TikTok Shop so that as soon as I was like, oh my gosh, this would be phenomenal for drop shipping. What percentage does TikTok take from the seller? I believe it's still at 2%. I could be wrong, but they're trying to get people on it, so it's extremely low. I believe Amazon takes like 10% and Etsy takes like 12%. So 2% is nuts. You guys are asking really good questions. I really appreciate it. I feel like this live is really good. If you guys want, I can download the live and then upload it to YouTube and then send it out to you guys in an email if you guys are signed up for my emails. You're a little late. Well, better late than never. What are y'all talking about? Hi, I am Digital Lori Anderson. I am the founder of the 10-Hour 10K Work Month. I am the host of the 7-Day Weekend podcast. I am an expert in AI automation, and I am a media buyer. What that means is I have clients, I run their Meta ads, their TikTok ads, and I do their email marketing. And I teach you guys how to do that too. These are digital trades, super high in demand digital trades. I have a full-on boot camp that gets you to be a certified expert in Meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. I also talk about TikTok dropshipping, how to make money from that. If I'm making money from something, I share it with you guys. So those are the ways that I make money, and so I share it with you. You want to start selling AI chatbots? Does your course help with that? So it does, in the sense that I teach you how to pitch. So you can, if you already have your AI chatbots, that's great. But I also teach you how you create your own AI chatbots. Like, essentially, I cloned myself with my own AI. I created my own GPT. That's funny that you say that. Like, I have a podcast episode that I want to record, and it's like the 5 best AI businesses you can start now. And one of them is selling AI chatbots. And that's because, like, so many people miss out on like customer service during hours that aren't, 9 to 5. While there are some like chatbots that are very, generic and they don't really answer really good questions, whereas the new AI chatbots talk as if they are you and your business, and you would have no idea that it's AI or a robot. And so it's a great thing to be in. And so I show you how you can scrape emails. I also show you how to pitch the AI services to. I have somebody in my course who that is what he's doing. He's using my template to scrape emails. He's working with plastic surgeons. That's who he's targeting. And he's offering the cold outreach, AI outreach template that is in the course. He's offering it to them and being like, hey, you know how I found you? By this AI automation. And guess what? It's not even me talking. This is AI. Like, if you want to hit your target market using this without being totally hands off, I got you. And he says he offers it at $5,000 per month. and he's closed like over 5 clients in like a couple of months. So yeah, very, very cool. Nadra, you get my emails and they're so good. I'm so glad you enjoy them, and thank you for being part of my anti-workaholic newsletters. You can sign up for my emails in my profile. Fresh out of jiu-jitsu, you see. No, this is the spa. I haven't left my room yet, pretty much. I had breakfast. Targeting real estate niche. That would be absolutely perfect. And there's so many emails you can scrape for that. You just signed up for the course, Stephanie, with your husband. Day 3 of digesting all my content. How exciting. Are you enjoying it? I'm so glad. I can't wait to hear more and hear about your progress. Parker. Oh, that's my husband's last name. Can you pay me to set up a vendor account for you? You don't understand it. I can't set it up for you because that just, I have hundreds of people asking me to do that. But I do sell the exact step-by-step training, walking you through from being absolutely nowhere to getting up and running in my profile. It's TikTok Shop Training. I am legit and the most valuable info. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you said that. That's very nice. Do I teach how to make the chatbots without coding? I teach you how to make your own custom GPT. So pretty much, yes. Without coding, yes. You don't need any coding. You're so excited. Going to allow you to be financially secure enough to start a family. Oh, don't make me cry. I have a 2-year-old. How exciting. Do I teach how to pitch to large B2B businesses? Yes. That is my whole shtick. The businesses that I reach out to are big. They're spending, most of my clients spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. You didn't see the last recorded lives on email, YouTube, wanted to rewatch with your husband this weekend. So they're definitely on YouTube. I don't upload all of them, just the ones that I think actually, like, you guys ask good questions. And it's of value. Is the advertising module in TikTok Shop course the same one in the 10-hour 10K work month course? It's a condensed version, but yes. Is the Amazon dropshipping complete? So I am adding a new module to TikTok Shop Training, and it is going to be how to dropship from Amazon. So right now I teach you how to dropship from AliExpress and how to do print on demand. I'm also going to be including how to dropship from Amazon because that definitely has some nuances that are pretty advanced, but once you know how to do it, it's easy and it makes sense. That module should be dropping next week, if not the following week. It'll be live this month. So stay tuned. If you've already purchased TikTok Shop Training or 10-hour 10K work month, don't worry about it. It's automatically going to be uploaded for you, and I will let you know. I'll send you out an email saying like, hey, it's live. You've been following and interested in my training. Have any ideas to bring AI to a local HVAC business? Cool question. I just got a new AC machine in my condo. So you can do lead generation, right? Using AI, scraping emails, pitching cold email services. I don't know if you work with commercial or residential, but either of those would work. All of the back end stuff, like paperwork and stuff, you can streamline and automate using AI, putting out content. People grossly underestimate the power of social media for like services like HVAC. You can create such good, fun, entertaining content, put it out there, and like become the most relevant or in-demand HVAC company in your area just because like people know who you are from social media. And you can have AI help you with all of that, put together a strategy and all that stuff. Afterpay option is coming up as ClearPay. I'm not sure. Are you in the US? It should come up as Afterpay. I'm not sure if they offer like different things in different areas under the Afterpay umbrella. and you have to have an account for 28 days. I'm not sure. Like, I use Kajabi to host my platform, to host my course, and Afterpay is what they offer. So, like, I don't have control over it. Oh, you're in the UK. That's probably why. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Are all the prompts I've offered in the course as well? They are. And I'm glad you enjoy my prompts. My story having a baby is the reason you jumped in this. Just want to say thank you. Oh, Stephanie, that's so sweet. I do have a podcast episode planned that I'm going to record where it goes like, having a baby didn't slow me down. It actually like catapulted me. And I think it's very important for people to hear, because they think, you know, starting a family, like you're doing a business, especially as a woman, because it's assumed that you're going to be the caretaker, the nurturer, and the full-time. And while that is still pretty much the case, I mean, I do have a stay-at-home husband. But, you know, it's just assumed that it's just going to slow you down. And it was a huge motivating driver for me. And my business actually has done so much better. Like, my husband had a job before we had our baby. And, like, I had my baby in February, and in December I told him to quit. And I mean, December of 2021. And I mean, my business I was doing about $30,000 months then. Now I'm doing like $100,000 months. And it's like, that would have, you know, I don't think I would have been more comfortable just coasting, like chilling at $30,000 months. But I had this like driving, motivating factor now that I have a baby coming and like my husband's not working. And it took off, and it's been incredible. Do I interview people on my podcast episodes, or is it just me? I do. So I have guests. Primarily it's just me, but I do have guests. I do have to get running soon, so I have about 5 more minutes. I really, really, really appreciate you guys being here. So I'm happy to answer any last questions. Like, you guys are the reasons why I'm here and I go live. It's to answer your questions and to help guide you with anything that you guys need help with. If you guys are interested in the training, the 10-hour 10K work month, you can find it in my profile. It's going to teach you how I make all of my money, $80,000 to $120,000 per month doing media buying, which is meta advertising, TikTok advertising, and email marketing. You are a certified expert in all 3 of those after you take my class. Then I teach you how to position yourself as an expert, so that you attract high-paying clients. Then I show you the hardest part. I go over and teach you, which is how do you actually book the clients, right? How do you actually make money? So I show you how to book clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed. I give you every single resource you need to make that happen. So cover letter template, proposal template, contract template, scope of service templates, pricing, packaging, mock interviews with clients, scope of services, everything that you need. It's like a turnkey business. You just take the course, implement, and you have all the resources to make it happen. And then I show you and teach you how to outsource all of the work, right? That's why it's called the 10-hour 10K work month, because we only want to work 10 hours per month but make over 10K per month. So you do have to put in some initial work to get to that point, but once you get your first client and you outsource the work, like, it's off to the races. Then I teach you how you can scrape emails for cold outreach and automate that with AI, so that AI will cold pitch your services for you. So it's totally hands off. That's what took me from $30,000 a month to $100,000 per month, because I don't have to worry about doing any of the outreach. So I teach you all of that. I also teach you how to streamline and automate the whole business with the ultimate guide to AI, which is included in the course. TikTok shop training is included in there too. So you learn all the drop shipping, all of that good stuff. It comes with lifetime access. So you're always able to go back and forth, rewatch anything. They are self-paced video modules, and it comes with the private Facebook group for students only. It's a mentorship group. I do student lives in there. You can ask questions. Students share success. It's a really great community. It is half off the 10-hour 10K work month while I'm live. That offer does extend for about 20 minutes after the live. If you check out my profile and you go to 10-hour 10K work month, enroll now, you'll see like all of the information about the course, student video testimonials, all of that good stuff. Nothing brings me, like, this is why I'm here with you guys all of the time to answer your questions and provide this 10-hour 10K work month course, because I can't tell you enough. Like when I wake up in the morning and get messages from you guys saying like, oh my gosh, I just quit my job, or oh my God, I just had my first $10,000 month, or oh my God, I just booked my first client at $5,000. Like nothing makes me happier. And I know it's very cliche, but it really does. It's like, media buying is great because it pays my bills, but like this is my passion. Like this is my driving factor. And I really appreciate it. And being here with you guys and starting this anti-workaholic movement has been amazing. Thank you guys. Would I be able to help you with chat marketing, client-wise, real estate's pre-qualifying a client? So you can train your chatbot to do any of that. So all of that. If you have an outline, or you can have ChatGPT even create an outline as far as what is a prerequisite for pre-qualifying a client, and then train it on all of that. In my course, I don't teach that specifically on like for a real estate agent for training it on that, but I do show you how you train a chatbot to create, or how to train a GPT as a chatbot. Is there a supplier list I recommend? So it's in the training. If you go into TikTok Shop training and you go to the last section and wrapping things up, there is a Google document of vendors, suppliers that are vetted for TikTok Shop dropshipping. And you can click on them and it'll take you directly to them. Did I say you're not writing ad copy for 10-hour 10K work month? If so, how do you manage ads without knowing what copy converts? So we do handle the copy. As far as media buying goes, the responsibility isn't to create the creative. So you don't have to create the ad itself. That's up to the client to provide that. But we do write the copy. Advertising copy is on social media isn't like lengthy. So it's minimal, paragraph at most. Couple sentences is the norm, but a paragraph at most. And copy that converts that's the whole point of them paying us, is to test. So you pay an advertiser, a media buyer, because we're doing testing. And so it's not like we have one ad that we put out there and we hope it performs well. We're testing 15 to 20 ads at a time with different varying copies and seeing what hits and what doesn't hit. I have ChatGPT help me write all of the copy. Very easy. If you can't find the list, Carly, send me an email, 10-hour 10K work month at gmail.com, and I'll send it to you directly. How much is TikTok Shop training? It is just under $1,000 at $995. You've never made money online, so many options, starting from scratch. Where do I suggest you start? Learning a digital trade is going to be your best bet. I mean, those are going to be invaluable, that are going to come for a long time, that are the equivalent, in my opinion, better than a degree. There are so many digital trades out there. I'm going to obviously promote and focus on the digital trades that pay the best, which is in the advertising space. So Meta ads, TikTok ads, email marketing. Do you recommend something formal like an LLC? No. I call this don't get fancy until you're fancy. I didn't have an LLC for my first 5 years. And so many people will focus on like, I got to make this look nice. I got to make this look formal. I got to spend money. I got to get a nice logo. I still have a Gmail account for my emails, and I close $10,000, $12,000 per month clients with a Gmail. They don't care. Until your business is generating revenue, you're an idea. So you're not a business until you're making money. At that point, you're just an idea. So don't spend money until you have the money to reinvest. Pay for training so that somebody can teach you how to do everything. And then the actual business itself, you don't have to spend money to get started and to make money. And then as soon as you start making money, that's when along the line you can start reinvesting and then become more formal and more legit. But like, don't get fancy until you're fancy. 100 James, I've inspired you to do TikTok Shop. How do you get started? I do have the full step-by-step training in my profile if you're interested. Tiff Talk. Oh, what a clever name. I like that. Thanks for all the information. You think you're going to sign up. Oh, I'm so excited, and I can't wait to hear your progress and how you like it. Do I still have a separate training for TikTok? I do. So if you go into my profile, you will see the link in my profile, the link to both 10-hour 10K work month and TikTok Shop training. Again, TikTok Shop training is included in the 10-hour 10K work month. You found your AI chatbot hustle, you've started copywriting, is uploading the vids, and the only way to get to fund. Not sure I understand the question. The course, the 10-hour 10K work month, while I'm live, I offer it half off at just under $2,000. It goes back up to about $4,000 about 20 minutes after the live ends. And TikTok Shop training, which is included in 10-hour 10K work month, but also sold separately, is just under $1,000, and that price is just all the time. Is this also for Europeans? TikTok Shop is not, but 10-hour 10K work month is. I currently have European students, and I currently have clients in Europe. Basically, Nikki says, best course ever, honestly. Well, thank you so much, Nikki. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I really do have to get running, though. I try to go live for an hour. It's been over an hour. If I wasn't able to answer your question, please feel free to leave it on my most recent video. I really, really appreciate it. If you have like a question, I see Mel saying issues with Afterpay, you can shoot me an email at 10hour10kworkmonth@gmail.com. But again, if you want me to answer the question, like a quick question, just leave it on my video. I'll do my best. I answer every single question. I try to answer every single question that gets asked. So thank you guys so much. And I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you all soon.